Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with some more great StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we're going to be taking a look at a series of games between Liquid HerO and Quantic Illusion. This is going to be a Terran versus Protoss series, Illusion versus HerO. Game number 1 here on the map Daybreak. And I do have some player information for this game, so let us begin up here in the upper right-hand spawn position with our blue Protoss player, Liquid HerO. HerO took first place at the 2012 MLG Pro Circuit Summer Qualifier Invite Korea. This was on July 1st of 2012, and then not even a week later, on July 7th, he took first place at the IPL Fight Club at Hot Import Nights. His opponent down over here in the lower left-hand spawn position is our orange Terran player, Quantic Illusion. Illusion took second place at the One Nation of Gamers StarCraft 2 Invitational. This was in January of 2012. And then in May of 2012, he took second place at the IPL Ye Olde Map Tournament. Gotta love Ye Olde maps. And beginning things out here with an interesting build, Quantic Illusion opening up with Refinery before his first barracks here. So going very, very heavy gas early on. Now, with this, he is going to be able to come out with a factory pretty much the second that he finishes that barracks there. So this would allow him to either open up with some very quick Hellions and then go into a starport for some medevac, maybe some Marine Hellion medevac action, or he could just be going for a quick starport to open up with some Banshee play. We'll be interested to see what he ends up deciding to do here. Now, we do have a probe scout moving out at the moment for HerO, so he will be privy to the fact that Illusion did open up with a very, very fast refinery. And speaking of fast gas early on, look at this. Actually, HerO himself coming out with a gas-intensive build early on. Double assimilators already. That is not standard. Typically, you'll see one assimilator with that first Cybernex core, but we've got two up and running now here for HerO. So again, very interesting. Both players opening up with a very gas-focused build. There's the factory now getting placed down. Like I mentioned before, pretty much the second that barracks finished, he had the Vespene to be able to afford that. And we can see actually HerO circling back around to see if he's still got full saturation of that refinery, which he does. 3 SCVs still pumping out that Vespene gas, but only on one refinery. And this is what's going to lead me to believe that we will be seeing a Hellion opening. And again, it could be that Marine Hellion medevac action. Taking the second Vespene guys through by placing down an assimilator, HerO is going to delay the possibility of Illusion putting down a second refinery. So even if he had planned to do so, this would be delayed. Although it looks like that wasn't in the works, because as you can see, Illusion has now pulled guys off of the refinery. We have no starport coming out. It will just be Marines and Hellions. Very intrigued with this build. Can't wait to see what he plans to do with it. Now back over here again, we did have a heavy Vespene build here for HerO, and he does have both these saturated still. And gonna be utilizing that Vespene with the Stargate. All right, guys, so we've got heavy Marine Hellion push coming from Illusion, and on the flip side, we've got some Stargate action for HerO here. This is incredibly exciting. Now, with this Marine Hellion push that we'll be seeing from Illusion, he is also going to be expanding behind that here. As you can see, building the command center up on the high ground now. We got one Zeld at the tower. Also a Stalker chilling out over here. He's actually waiting for the secondary SCV scout, which is about to pull on by. And he's going to get that without issue. So there we go. SCV gets taken out. Unable to do his secondary scouting that he was hoping to get done. We do have another gateway coming through over here. And starting out with some Phoenix action is what we're going to be seeing from HerO. Marines and Hellions, here they come, guys. In mass right now. We got a proxy pylon getting placed down from HerO. HerO also moving down over here. And we'll be scouting out the third, or just chilling out there for a moment at least. Stalker trying to push up, gets met by some Marines and forced back, and now the Hellions actually coming out to try to chase him down. Hellions do very poorly against the Stalker, but since the Stalker's pretty low on health, he's going to take that little bit of damage there to that one Hellion and finish him off. At the moment now, of course, HerO does know what's coming. He does have these two sentries there prepared to force field that front ramp if those Hellions try to sneak up in there. And there's been no scouting of this Stargate. So right now, Illusion has no idea that Phoenixes are coming through. And they're actually heading across the map at the same time as these Marines. Actually, no, they decide to pull back right now. Now we're going to see that push here of Marines and Hellions from Illusion. Again, expanding behind that here. Preparing for a transition. He's getting some tech labs down. Getting one tech lab down on this barracks, building a couple more barracks here on these reactors. And here comes the push. Phoenix is moving, almost a walk right under those Marines. That could have been a problem. Would have likely lost at least one of those, but paying enough attention to see that that big pile of Marines was there to pull back in time. Now this push is going to threaten a cancel here of this Nexus, and we are of course going to see HerO engage. But I don't know that he has enough quite yet. There are a lot of Hellions here. He's going to come down with his Phoenixes, likely to lift off some Hellions just like that. Still, I expect this to get canceled here. I don't know that he can save this. Picking off the Hellions one at a time, not enough. Forces the cancel of the Nexus, and there you go, Illusion. Damage done, decides to head back home. I mean, that's really, that's a big thing that he just did there. Is he sticking around? He can't stick around for too much longer because after a few more waves of warpins, he's gonna force the cancel again. So sticks around long enough to force the cancel another time. And the Phoenixes still haven't done any offensive damage, too concerned with this push coming from Illusion. He keeps teetering back and forth, making his way across the map and then realizing, I need to head back to help out here. He, of course, has to be very careful about the Marine fire, but without Stim Pack, it is difficult for those Marines to actually take out the Phoenixes if the Protoss player is paying attention to them, which obviously Illusion is doing. And again, you know, Illusion can't really keep this up much longer. He is continuing to delay this, but he is taking significant losses at the same time. Now, back over here at home, we do have these Phoenixes trying to move out to do some harass here of the income, and that's exactly what they're going there. Picking up those mules, trying to do as much damage as possible. Now, we do have an engineering bay in play, but no turrets yet, surprisingly. I would expect one turret at least in each resource line. Holding off on that, and going to lose a few Hellions here, moving back home. Phoenixes catch them in transit. Able to get a few more kills there. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Want to see where everyone's at. Looks like they're about even in terms of resources lost, with Illusion being slightly behind right now. He's going to have to continue to deal with this harass, and this is again why I'm surprised that there are at least not a single turret in these resource lines to help defend against this. We are actually seeing continuous Phoenix production right now. More and more coming out. I think, you know, Illusion was worried, all right, well, if it's just 4 Phoenixes, I don't want to spend, you know, getting 2 turrets is going to cost you 300 resources. So I'm guessing he's thinking, 200 resources. So I'm guessing he's thinking, I don't want to spend those 200 minerals if it's only 4 Phoenixes. But again, the Phoenix numbers keep on climbing, so I don't think it'd be a bad idea to just get a couple of turrets to help deal with this, because otherwise he's going to be continuously harassed here at this resource line. And as you can see right now, doesn't have a lot of anti-air at home to defend. He's now moving out, got his Stim Pack up. Combat Shield is coming out. The level 1 armor upgrade, the level 1 weapons is already done. We do have a Colossus transition right now for HerO. Doesn't have any out at the moment, but his first one is in production. We've got another threatened push here from Illusion. I'm going to deal with these force fields, though, and what exactly is he doing, actually, at the moment? I'm a little confused. Just kind of chilling out right here. Surprised he's not trying to break down these rocks or just anything. It's a little bit odd, to be honest with you. Now just chilling out over here. First Colossus is in place, second Colossus now in production. And now that Colossus is in play, this push is going to be very ineffective. That Colossus is going to tear through these Marines here. They do have Combat Shield, though, which is going to help their durability a little bit, but I can't say that I think he's got enough here. Yeah, look at that. Just absolutely melting his forces. That is going to force him to push back, and he can't really just lift up into his medevacs here because of those Phoenixes. So forced to try to engage with them. And there you go. Looks like he is finally going to get safe passage and make his way back home. Factory Scout moving across the map. And now with those Colossus in play, that transition to Vikings is coming out here from Illusion. He's got those first 2 coming through, about halfway done right now. Also a transition into more Marauder heavy composition here. And finally coming out with those missile turrets, at least one there. Phoenixes will take out this factory scout. Oh, never mind. Factory says, hey, screw you guys, I'm landed. So factory lands, saves itself for a moment. Phoenixes, leave them alone for now. And it looks like that Phoenix production has stopped. We are now just at those 4. Another turret getting placed down over here. So again, Quantic Illusion now finally deciding to get those, to prevent any future Phoenix harass of those resource lines. He's also building another, is he? Yeah, there it is. Building another command center. Preparing to take his 3rd. Take a look at upgrades over here for Mr. HerO. He's coming out with those 1/1s right now, plus the thermal lance for the Colossus. And yeah, both players at the moment just macroing up. We are seeing Marine, Marauder, Medevac, and Viking from Illusion. Actually, does he even have? He has got 3 Medevacs. Where are they? There they are. Marine, Marauder, Medevac, and Viking here for Illusion, with the likely eventual transition into Ghost. Although I don't believe that that is in the works yet. And he's going to want to get out of Ghost Academy before he loses his factory, and nope, negatory. Didn't manage to do so. So if he does decide to go to Ghost, he's going to actually have to rebuild a factory. Which is, of course, the one, I guess, downside to scouting with that factory is that if you plan to transition to Ghost and you don't get a Ghost Academy before then, well, yeah, exactly. Now moving out to try to delay the 3rd here and actually pushing himself up into the natural expansion, gets that forward scan. In doing so, actually takes out an observer. Vikings leading the way on patrol here. Phoenixes do very poorly against the Viking, so definitely being careful to try to keep those back. Twilight Council coming out right now for HerO. See what he decides to do with that. Charge upgrade. So working his way up into those 2/2 upgrades. 2/2 upgrades also coming out right now for Illusion. And just more and more of the same. Marine, Marauder, Medevac, Viking. That is it. Yeah, neither player right now doing too much, which is a bummer, given all the early game aggression that we had. Both players being a little bit passive right now, just kind of chilling out. We got a small push, scouting push actually, moving towards this position. Now we do have a 3rd being built up here. These Marauders trying to now take out that pylon. Gonna be able to get it. It's close. Vikings come down to save the day, taking out 2 of those Phoenixes. Now just 2 remaining here for HerO. HerO sitting very Colossus heavy with 4 in play, number 5 coming through. Charge upgrade now just starting here out of the Twilight Council. And again, more Colossus, plus this 3rd. Let's take a quick look at the resources lost this game. We can see Quantic Illusion is behind by about 700 resources lost at the moment. He's making a big and scary looking push as well. See that army supply advantage. He's at 144 as opposed to the 109 of HerO. He's got quite a mighty force. Those 2/2 upgrades just about to finish as well. The weapons have finished and armor getting very close to finish. And I mean, he can just take this out in a matter of seconds here, and it looks like he's going to do that as HerO's army completely out of position to defend this 3rd, and this is going to be a goner. Not even really having to stim up. He may do it last moment. There we go, stimming up to try to meet the force over here. Vikings moving to engage those Colossus. Not the best position for HerO to try to engage. His expansion is gone. Now Illusion doesn't really want to walk up that ramp, and you can see why. He just lost so much of his bio that got caught on the backside of those force fields to that Colossus fire. But still, damage done. Nexus at the 3rd gets taken out. That is what, the 3rd time in this game where Illusion has denied an expansion. He denied that natural at least twice. I mean, he stayed there for a while. You could even consider it a 3rd deny. Plus, just forces, not even forces a cancel. He took out this expansion right over here. So, Illusion doing a good job of really restricting the economy of HerO this game. And that's probably going to play a role into why he is behind in terms of army supply at this point. A lot of upgrades coming out. He does actually have the Mobius reactor, so he did manage to get his Ghost Academy in play. Illusion does have a 3rd up and running. Let's take a look at the income between these 2 players. Illusion's got a strong lead right now, running off of 3 bases as opposed to just the 2 here for HerO. We do have some Zealots that are actually going to push against this expansion here. Big engagement out in the center of the map. Huge force field wall. Really helping out HerO there, cutting Illusion's army in half. It's actually forcing him all the way back. And did he lose all of his Vikings? Wow, he did. Yeah, all Vikings are gone. So after that engagement, unreal. Look at how far behind Illusion is right now in resources lost. He took a heavy loss in that engagement in the center of the map. Again, that force field wall so deadly, splitting the bio in half. We got Marauder heavy right now, finally getting his Ghost into action here to ideally land some EMPs. He's going to be pulling around as he knows the HerO is moving to try to push his third. And let's see if Illusion is going to be able to defend. Here we go, stims up. There are the EMPs, loving it. One Viking moving forward, trying to take out this Colossus. Bio numbers are dwindling. Guardian Shield cuts back on a lot of that damage, and uh-oh, here we go, some reinforcements coming down, but we also have some reinforcement Zealots moving across the map. And those Colossus still alive. Illusion calls the GG, and you know, he seemed to be in a strong position after forcing a few cancels over here and taking this out. But after that engagement in the center of the map, his losses were too great, and he just did not have enough to defend this push against his third and forced Illusion to call the GG. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that does it here for game number 1 between Illusion and HerO. This engagement in the center of the map really turned the tide of this game into HerO's favor. Again, was able to cut that bio in half. Pretty devastating there for Illusion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this game number 1. We'll be moving on to game 2 in just one moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.